Good day, ladies and gents. All right, so today we're going to continue transformations and we are going to talk about rotations. So, a couple of things for notes rotations, a turn. So, a turn around a fixed point called the center of rotation. So, here's the center of rotation right here. And what we're doing is if this was and I'll zoom in here a little bit. So, if this was the original, and this is the new one. This angle right here is what we're talking about, and this distance is the same thing as this distance. So if that's like a distance of 2, this will also be the distance of 2, and we're talking about this angle. It's the same thing right here. If I look at this, I'll make this dotted. So this distance right here, let's say that was I don't know, 10. Then from to the new B, right there, this angle right here will be the same thing as this angle right here, and this distance would also be 10. So that's rotations. So the figure rotates around a specific angle and direction. Right. So you can see that. So the figure rotates at a specific angle and direction. So if we start with this shape, zoom back in here. We're starting with this shape. This will be the new shape. So it rotated 90 degrees. And notice that it goes counterclockwise against the clock. So if I had a clock right here, so this is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's 12 again. All right, so when we are talking about clockwise versus counterclockwise, the question is, are you going with the clock towards 1, 2, 3, or are you going against the clock 11, 10, 9? So this direction is clockwise, and this direction would be counterclockwise. And if they don't tell you which way you're going, then you would automatically go counterclockwise, unless they say otherwise. So there's clockwise and there's counterclockwise. So if we had, and I'll just, so you can have an idea, right here. So if I put the dot right here at the top, just so you have an idea, you put your pen at the very, very center. You put your thumb at the top. Now, did they say clockwise or counterclockwise? They were nice enough to actually say counterclockwise, but if they didn't actually have to say that word. But counterclockwise, we're going against the clock. So this dot is going towards 11, 10, 9. So this dot needs to go in this direction. So put your pen at the center, and this dot needs to land over here. So we're going to turn it in this direction. So this picture is going to land on the over here. So against the clock. So once we start that turn, we just turn to how much they say. So when we turn this, this would be 90 degrees. 180 is 100, is just straight up upside down. And this technically would be 270. If we keep going, that would be 360. All right, so going back to this, if we go this, so this would turn that way and we would land here. So that white piece right there, we turn it, boop, and it would land right here. So that would be the answer, this part right there. So notice where that picture is? That's where the red ended up. That was that picture. So you're going to start seeing patterns as to where they came from. But first, let's just make sure that you know about rotation. So right here at the top, we have the space at the top. Just so we can have a little bit of notes. And I personally like to actually put it on my Hot Topics page. So right here at the top of my Hot Topics page. But if you want to put it on your notes in case you don't have Hot Topics, that's fine too. So I'm going to put it right here. So if I counter clockwise, and we're going to have clockwise. All right, so if we're starting here, this would be 90 degrees, this would be 180 degrees, and this would be 270 degrees. So if you have the dot at the top, where would it land? Right here, right here, right here. So if I'm going this way, we would have we have, this is 11, 10, 9. make that darker. So it's 11, that's 10, that's 9. Okay, if I go clockwise, starting here, going with the clock. So on the clock, I'm going towards 1, 2, and 3. So this would be 90 degrees here. This would be 180 here. And right here would be 270. And just put these little arrows. Nice little thing of notes on which direction you're going. Okay, hopefully that's going to help you out so far. All right. So what's awesome about this is that there's actually a pattern. So the pattern, and just in case, so when you turn it and it lands here, you're going to figure out a pattern for those coordinates. So if you start off with x, y, what does it turn into? So what happens is, so let's say that was 3, 2. When you rotated it to up here, you're going to figure out a pattern of the coordinate. So this would be negative 2, and that would be positive 3. So you should see a pattern. What happened to those two coordinates? First of all, they switched, and the y, when it came over here, it turned negative. So that was a negative y, and you have a positive x. So it just switched, and this part turned negative. And I personally like to highlight those. So I like to highlight the negatives. Okay, perfect. Over here, if b was at 3, 2, when you rotated that, it landed right here, and that was negative 3, negative 2. And so let's see if you can figure out the pattern. So if this is x, y, what happened to those two coordinates? Well, all they did was that they stayed in the same position, and the x and the y turned negative. So that'd just be negative x, negative y. And remember, I like to highlight if it changed the sign. Sweet. And then on this one, if you start off with x, y, so let me say that once again, let's just say that we're at 3, 2. So when it goes here, where did b land? That would be positive 2, negative 3. Positive 2, negative 3. So that's where it would land. What pattern do you see? So once again, the digits switched. And on top of that, the x turned negative. So the y would be right here. And then over here, this would be negative x. So those are the patterns, or you could just turn your picture and just be done with it and just count the hops. All right, let's do some examples. Number 1. All right, so first of all, did they say to go clockwise or counterclockwise? They say counter. So if they didn't say anything at all, it would automatically be counterclockwise. So counterclockwise, so are we going towards 1, 2, 3 or 11, 10, 9? We're going against the clock, so it's towards 11, 10, 9. So we're going in this direction. So put your pen at the very center, grab the top, and this needs to be turning this way. And I'm going to turn it to whenever they say to stop. So boop, 90, and I'm good. So this is my answer right here. So I'm going to write down these coordinates. So what really helps out is write up, down. Let me shift this a little bit. So this is up, this is down. This is your left side, this is your right side. Reset your brain. So you're totally reset. So where is A, B, and C? And I always write it in the same order that they have right here. All right, where's A, where's B, where's C? All right, so A, going to the left, is that a positive or negative? So going to the left, that is a negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think I blinked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is negative 7. And I went up 1, 2. So positive 2. Okay, where's B? That is a negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is a positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And where is C? That is a negative 1. Positive 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're going to turn this back to normal. So these should be our answers. So those are our answers. We're going to turn this back to normal, and we're going to plot those coordinates. So that was -7, +2. That was your A. That is a -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was my B. And -1, +1, 2, 3, 4. That was my C. And I connect those dots. Excellent. And I like to like shade in A, and it's shade right there. So does it look like it just spun around? Yes. So it went in this direction, one chunk. So that one chunk is 90. Boom. Okay, that looks legit. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put down those coordinates. Just copy paste here. So -7, +2, -5, +6, and -1, +4. So we're done with this problem. That's excellent. I want to double check that I have this right. How do we double check that? So I'm going to take all these coordinates and write it right next to this. So I'm technically done, but I'm double checking. All right, so we have 2, 7, 6, 5, and 4, 1. Now, if these were your X and this was your Y, what were the coordinates supposed to turn into? So the coordinates for this, we're supposed to switch, and then all of your Y's were supposed to turn negative. So it's supposed to be, when you go 90 degrees counterclockwise, that was supposed to turn into a -Y, +X. That's what it's supposed to turn into. Let's see if we have the right pattern. So all of these are supposed to be -Y. Yep, that was, so 7 turned in -7, 5 turned in -5, 1 turned in -1. Perfect. And all your X's stayed the same. There are 2 common mistakes. First of all, one common mistake is you accidentally drop a negative. Actually, there's 3 mistakes. One is that you might drop a negative while you're getting used to this. Another is that you just miscounted. Like I might have accidentally put 6 right here instead of a 7, and this would help catch that mistake. And then a third, more popular, is that you might get these 2 coordinates backwards, and this will help you catch that. That's a very common mistake. All right, let's give this another try. Number 2, they said to rotate 180 degrees. So the awesome thing about 180, they didn't tell me which way to go. Did they say clockwise or counter? They did not say. So you automatically go counter automatically. But the good thing about 180 is it doesn't matter which way you go, you're still going to end up in the same spot. So in this case, I go boop. So look at that. So this lands over here. That's boop. That's 90. Boop. That's 180. All right, let's write up the words. So this is up. This is down. This is your left. This is your right. So as your left, that's your right. Excellent. Reset your brain. Where were all those coordinates located? All right, so where did we end up? So I'm going to write in the same order that they're asking for. So P, Q, R, S. Where are these coordinates? All right, P is right here. That is a -2, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -2, -6. Ooh. Okay, and then they want the letter Q. That is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is a -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the letter R, that is a -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1. And then S is -1, -2. All right, I'm going to turn this back to normal, and I'm going to plot those points. I'm going to turn this back to normal and plot those points. So if I plot this, that would be -2, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's letter P. -6, -5. That's my Q. And -5, -1. That's my R. And -1, -2. That's my S. And I connect those dots. Okay, now just to help me figure out if I spun this right, okay, I'm just going to highlight Q and then Q right there. Okay, so when I spun this around, does that look legit? Yeah, that looks really good. And then I'll do a little R on here. There you go. So look at that. Look how that spun. That looked like it just spun around. That's perfect. So that's 90, that's 180. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, so I'm going to take all these coordinates and put it over here. So let's go ahead and put that. We get -2, -6, -6, 5, which is wrong, -5, -1, and -1, -2. Now I just wrote that really quickly, and this is incorrect, but I haven't noticed that. I haven't noticed it yet. This is wrong. I think I'm correct. I know my picture's right. Everything looks great, but this is wrong. I accidentally dropped something, but I haven't figured that out yet. So I'm going to check this. 2, 6, 6, 5, 5, 1, 1, 2. And the pattern, if this is your XY, what happens with the pattern, if you notice this, all the coordinates are still in the same place, but they just toss on a negative. So this would be a negative X and then negative Y. Let's see if that pattern keeps up. Yep. So, and then -6, yep. -6, negative. Oh, right here, I dropped my negative and I caught my mistake. Negative, negative. Yeah, everything checks out. So that is a good way to check yourself. All right, let's try one more, or a couple more. Let's try another one. All right, so shifting this. All right, number 3. So I'm going to take these coordinates, and we're going 270. Now, did they say clockwise or counterclockwise? They say counter. And they actually didn't have to say anything, because if they don't say anything, it's automatically counterclockwise. So this dot, is it going to go towards 1, 2, 3 on the clock, or is it going to go towards 11, 10, 9 against the clock? Counter means against. So we're going to be turning in this direction. So this dot needs to keep going this direction. So put your pen in the center, put your thumb at the top, and I'm going to spin this in this direction. Boop. That's 90. Boop. That's 180. Boop. That's 270. So we've gotten 270 degrees, which technically is the same as clockwise 90 degrees. So that's nice. Okay, so where did we locate? So J, K, L, and M. So remember, this is your up now. This is your down. This is your right. This is your left. All right, so this is up, down, left, right. So reset your brain. Where are these located? So where is the letter J? So J is at positive 1, 2, 3, 4, -3. So positive 4, -3. And I do that to all the coordinates. 1, -1. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -6, and that was 4. Okay, your L is positive 1, -8. And your M is positive 1, -1. All right, we're going to take all those coordinates and we're going to put them over here. All right, so we have positive 4, -3, positive 4, -6, positive 1, -8, positive 1, -1. And then I'm going to put all the coordinates here. 1, 2, 3. So I did this, and now look at this picture. Does that look right? That looks kind of shorter, doesn't it? What happened? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only went 3, so let's try this again. So this is supposed to be here and here. Now it looks a lot better, right? Okay, so now I'm going to put those letters there. So this picture looks legit. So I'm going to put those letters there, and I have that this is, I think, which is, so we have 4, -3, that's J, that's K, that's L, and M, which is incorrect, but I haven't noticed that yet. So when I write down these coordinates, I have 4, -3, 4, -6, oh, everything's still right. 1, negative, so 1, -8, and M is 1, 1, -1. Okay, so everything should be all right. All right, so let's go. But sometimes we get these two backwards. That's a very common mistake. In this case, we're totally okay. So this is 3, 4. This is 6, 6, 4. This is 8, 1. And this is 1, 1. And all the digits look legit. So I'm just double checking, because I'm technically done with that problem. I'm just double checking everything works. When I go 270, look at the digits. This will be a y right here, and this would be a negative x. So that's what happened. Let's make sure all these are right. So y, so that's 4, 4, 1, 1, and this is supposed to be, flip the signs, negative 3, negative 6, negative 8, negative 1. Everything checks out. I feel really good about this now. And let's do one more. All right, so on number 4, we're going to just take this and go 180. They didn't say which way to go, so we're automatically going to go against the clock. So is it 1, 2, 3 or 11, 10, 9? So towards 11, 10, 9. So we're going to turn this paper in this direction. So turn this, boop, that's 90, boop, that's 180. The awesome thing about 180 is it just ends up upside down. So this is up, this is down, this is left, and this is right. All right, where did we land? So that is x, y, and z. Your x is negative 3, positive 2. Your y, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is incorrect. This is wrong. This is wrong, wrong, wrong. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 1. This is totally wrong. I accidentally got 2 points backwards, but I haven't noticed that yet. So I put this in here. I got positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have the right coordinates, but they're just the wrong letters. So we have negative 3, 1, 2, 3, positive 2. We have positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and positive 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 1. Oh, look at that. Oh, geez, you didn't see any of that. All right, so look at this picture. Something is majorly wrong, and I wouldn't have noticed if I didn't draw this. Something is wrong, because look, I make this, and that's very large, isn't it? I probably dropped a negative somewhere. So let's see. We're supposed to have negative, positive. Right here, negative 5. So that's supposed to be negative 5. And that's supposed to be a negative 6. So I'm already catching my mistakes by graphing it. All right, so we got negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Negative 1. We have, and that was your z, which is actually wrong. Negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is your y, which is wrong. And then negative. Okay, so these are the things. Now here's the awesome thing. That looks, the picture looks legit, but I have the letters in the wrong spot. But I haven't noticed that yet. The picture looks right. The letters are wrong. And I'm going to catch this mistake when I actually type this in here. Negative 3, 2, negative 5, 7, and negative 6, negative 1. This is wrong, but I'm going to catch my mistake. Your x was 3, negative 2, 6, 1, and 5, negative 7. Okay, right here. We have 3 and 2, 6. Oh, look at that. We definitely figured out that we accidentally got these two backwards right here. And that's where you catch your mistakes. So this was supposed to be negative 6, negative 1. And then this one was supposed to be the negative 5, positive 7. And that's how you caught your mistake. You just had to fix that. And you noticed it when you put the numbers right next to it. So this was supposed to be the z. And this was supposed to be the y. There we go. And we caught our mistake. That's the very common thing. So this was supposed to be the y, and this was supposed to be the z. Excellent. Okay. Now, just be mindful of what your common mistakes might be, which is switching points. That's why we put the numbers next to it, and that'll help us catch it. Now it's your turn. We're going to try a couple of things. Okay, we're going to go to the next page. All right, so on the next page, let's try this one step at a time. All right, so we're on page 8, number 5. So number 5, they said to go 270 counterclockwise. So here's the dot. Are you going to go with the clock 1, 2, 3 or against clock 11, 10, 9? So pause the video, turn that, go for it. Let's see if you turned it in the correct direction. So counterclockwise, you turn it this way, 270. So put your pen at the center, put your thumb at the top. is this needs to be dragged this direction. So boop, that's 90. Boop, that's 180. Boop, that's 270. So this will be your up, your down, your left, your right. So that should be your answer right there. Right? Okay, now let's try again. We're just going to skip that for a minute. We're just going to make sure you know how to turn things. Okay, that was number 5. Let's move down to number 7. So on number 7, I want you guys to turn this 180 degrees. So if this is your top, are you going to go 180 with the clock towards 1, 2, 3 or against the clock 11, 10, 9? Go ahead and do that now. Pause the video and turn your paper. The awesome thing about 180 is that it doesn't matter which way you turn, you're still going to end up upside down. But if they didn't tell us, you automatically go counterclockwise. So we're going to go in this direction towards 11, 10, 9. So put your pen in the center. Go boop, that's 90. Boop, that's 180. So this will be your up, your down, your left, your right. All right, excellent. Okay, so that was number 7. So we're still, you're still working on that, but we're just going to pause for a little bit on that part. We're going to keep going. Let's go ahead and go down to number 9. So on number 9, we're going to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. So if this is the top, are you going to the right towards 1, 2, 3 or against the clock 11, 10, 9? So go ahead and make that decision and go 90 degrees. Go ahead and pause the video. All right, let's see if you turned in the correct direction. So counterclockwise means you go against the clock 11, 10, 9. So we're going to go in this direction, and you should land boop, right here, where this is your up, this is your down, this is your left, this is your right. Okay, and let's try one more. Let's go ahead and go to number 11. So on number 11, did they say to go with the clock or against the clock? They said counter. All right, so are you going to go towards 1, 2, 3 with the clock, or are you going to go 11, 10, 9 against the clock? All right, and you're going to go 270 degrees. So go ahead, turn your paper, pause the video. Let's see what you got. All right, so they said counterclockwise, so you're going to go in this direction. So we're going to go boop, that's 90, boop, that's 180, boop, and that is 270. So this is your up, this is your down, this is your left, this is your right. Excellent. All right, so now that we got those little things out of the way, you had a little practice on turning your paper, let's go back up to number 5. So on number 5, we're going to turn it so the up is up. So looking at this, I want you to go ahead and write down your coordinates. So that would be, they said C, D, E, and F. So I want you guys to go ahead and give that a try and then write down your coordinates in here. So everyone's going to pause the video for number 5 and see if you guys get the right answer. All right, let's see if you guys got the right answer. All right, so number 5, the right answer would be right here. So 270, so boop, boop, boop. So this is 270 degrees, and these are the coordinates. And then I actually double checked my answers, where it's supposed to be a y, comma, negative x. All right, let's try this again. I want you guys to try number 7. So on number 7, go ahead, turn it so the up is up to you, which is like this. Write down the coordinates, which is M, N, O, and P. So figure out what those coordinates are, and let's see if you guys get the right answer. So go ahead and pause the video and bust out number 7. All right, let's see if you guys get the right answer. So when you rotated this, your final answer should have landed right here. Okay, and then these are the coordinates. And when you go 180 degrees, the coordinates turn into a negative x, negative y. So this should be your answer. All right, so go ahead and let's try the next one. All right, number 9. All right, so on number 9, go ahead and turn it so this is up right here. Okay, let's write down your coordinates, which were A, B, C, and D. And you're going to go double check to see if you guys can get the right coordinates. So you guys are busting out number 9 and seeing if you guys get the right answer. All right, number 9. Let's see if you guys got the right answers. So here's the answers to number 9. So when you rotated this, your answer should be right here. Okay, and then you double check your coordinates. It should be a negative y positive x. So negative y positive x, and these are your coordinates. All right, one last try. Okay, number 11. So on number 11, where this is up, so turn your paper until that's up, which is right here. All right, write down those coordinates, which were D, E, and F, and see if you guys get the right coordinates. So give that a try. So you guys are busting out number 11 to see if you guys get the right coordinates. Let's see if you guys got it right. All right, so here's the answers to number 11. Double check that you guys are getting it. Hopefully that helped you guys out, and you guys have a wonderful day.